It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Naciendo Rock.
Good morning. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, TGIF. I am Philip Simon II.
And I am Suzette Parker, filling in for the fabulous Anastasia Palacios.
Yes, she's back, y'all. Masterpiece. Should I call you Masterpiece, or is that
No,
cute?
it's not working.
Yeah,
Not working
Q,
yet. Work on it,
Masterpiece.
Phil.
I'm going to work on it, man.
Get it sorted.
Yeah, but welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
how's
you.
it going?
It's going well. It's going well.
Yeah,
Happy
so,
to be here.
You know, we're so talented here on Bahamas at Sunrise. You know, our producer can put on so many different hats, and I think she's beginning to love it.
I tell Phil, I don't know how y'all is be camera ready this time of morning. I be here early. I no problem getting up early, but being camera ready this early is, that's difficult.
Brenda.
Yes,
Brenda
Brenda helps
the makeup
so
artist,
much.
She's a transformist.
Yeah,
Actually,
she's
a transformist.
a miracle worker.
Yeah. But you know, Godfrey asked me how was my week earlier, and I'm like, I was sitting here thinking, he was like, I don't remember. It's been a blur. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
You know, late nights, working on so many different things for work, and
Early
had a couple
mornings.
of board meetings, early mornings.
Yeah.
You know, not being able to sleep. You know, so it's been that type of thing. But yesterday, actually, was Kingsway's 60th anniversary service. Did you know?
I had seen the flyers going around,
Okay,
but I
good.
didn't see that specific event. So
Yeah.
you went to that?
I went to it. It was wonderful. I mean, you know, just looking, and of course we're both alumni of Kingsway,
Yes.
so biasly, so we're going
Thanks.
to talk about this morning. And you know, so you know, you had like Miss Clark. She was there. Mr. Baxter was there. So you had all of these old teachers. Well, I shouldn't say old. I didn't say old teachers to them. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
former teachers who was there, and it was just a really good time looking at the students from kindergarten all the way up, and it's just a transformation. There's no pool still.
Yeah. How many times did we raise money for the pool, Phil?
I don't know. Every year, every single year.
And a cafeteria.
Yeah,
Well, at some point there was going to. Oh, the cafeteria
the
is there.
cafeteria is
praise
there.
God.
So
Okay, that
Mr.
happened.
Butler, there's a cafeteria now.
Okay,
so,
very
yeah,
good.
but it was good. It was good. It was a good
Yeah, I'm
day.
still
Yeah.
I'm Facebook friends with some of my old teachers.
We on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Oh, you have your teachers on WhatsApp?
No, not teachers. I have the classes on WhatsApp.
Yeah, okay.
The morning class of 1990.
Yes, class of, they said it last time, so it's no secret. Class of 86, we're on WhatsApp as
Just a
well.
little bit before.
Just a few, we were there at the same time, roughly the same time.
Yeah, but it's been a good week, and you know what? A lot of birthdays. I mean, my son's birthday was earlier in the week, and then so many birthdays. I know I forgot them all. I'm just going to remember one. Charles Kemp is having a birthday tomorrow. He's going to be 50. That's why. Charles, you're going to be 50 tomorrow, brother.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
wow,
so happy
yeah.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Charles. I
Yeah.
know I'm from BFM.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about my church, Global Village Methodist. We are having a worship concert next week, Friday,
Okay.
and my daughter is going to be singing, and so
Oh,
am I,
right.
but
Yeah.
I'm excited that she's going to be singing.
It's a talented family.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
look forward to
She
that.
does sing,
That
yeah.
trio, the three of you together, right?
No, Quincy's not.
He's not doing it
there.
this time.
No, he'll
All
be
right.
in the audience with G-Day.
All right. G-Day, that didn't sound like an invitation. That sounded like a demand.
I know he's coming. I know he's coming.
But listen, we've got a great show as always lined up for you today. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, well, hopefully they're here. It's talking about the 2019 Hall of Fame inductees. Dr. Nicolette Bethel is here to share from an article on the economic impact of junk canoe in the Bahamas. And my daughter's here. We spoke about this on Monday. Box of Smiles. She's brought some reinforcements.
Yes,
She's brought
yes,
the
yes.
director
To the
herself, Lisa
team.
McCartney,
Yeah.
and of course Emma and Miss Powell.
Sarah, yeah.
Yes. So they're going to be talking about that this morning. You know, it's funny, you know, as we grow older, the one thing we don't want to do is embarrass our children, but they make us so proud.
I know,
Yeah.
and then you do it anyway. You,
Right?
think you don't think you
That's what
are,
we
but
live
you
for.
do.
It's like, did I
right?
embarrass them?
We're going to be talking about National Women's Week in our Bridging the Gap segment. The wellness team is back from Atlantic Medical.
Yeah.
They've got another farmers market tour coming up.
Okay.
Bahamas Harvest Church is here to talk about their night of praise and worship, which is happening on Sunday.
Okay.
And of course, we've also got your Alive Weekend calendar.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's again, it's feeling like Christmas, Godfrey. It's just, you know, literally you can feel it in the air. I think, you know, the warm weather is gone now. I think it's gone completely. No?
I don't know. I was cold last night, so Godfrey will let us know. But I was working on a little something for Godfrey. You know, we try to do these intros for Gandhi. So much about how I cannot talk, but I was going to try a little something. So here's throwing it to Godfrey. And now,
Gandhi, you're in trouble. Gandhi, you're in trouble.
Godfrey Burnside, weather at sunrise.
You know what?
With Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Sue, and thank you, Phil. Phil, I am special. Whether you like it or not, Gandhi, you got something to catch up with, okay? In your first look at weather at sunrise, a lovely weekend start weather-wise, a lovely day. High pressure north of the islands will dominate the weather through the weekend, just ahead of another cold front that should move here sometime on Monday. In your weather today, partly sunny, a bit breezy, on the warm side, and there's a slight chance of 2 showers. Your high temperature 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, a few patchy clouds still on the cool side, the low temperature going down to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 83 and 78. In Jamaica, 80 and 71. In Trinidad, 84 and 77. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 84 and 74. Across North America, Atlanta, 68 and 48. In Raleigh, 61 and 47. In Miami, 78 and 68. Dallas, Texas, 64 and 44. And Toronto, Canada, 48 and 30. Weekend outlook, lots of sunshine, warmer temperatures, slight chance of passing shower, and by Monday we have a cold front coming in with a mix of sun and clouds and a couple of showers just for Monday. Warms up again later during the week. Low temperature daytime will be in the mid-80s at daytime and the lower 70s at nighttime. That puts you up on your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. Of course, I am officially jealous, but I will remain on the show for the remainder of this morning. Listen, the Department of Gender and Family Affairs, the National Women's Advisory Council, and Zonta Clubs are partners and stakeholders in National Women's Week, happening November 24th to the 30th. Very pleased to be joined once again in Bahamas at Sunrise by Lane Sands, gender expert, Department of Gender and Family Affairs. So many hats. Coralie Adley, Chairperson, National Women's Advisory Council, and Alexandra Hall, Zonta member. Good morning, ladies. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're doing it all over again. National Women's Week. National Women's Week. So speak a little bit about the national observance of the women's suffrage movement, and what is that all about?
Well, a pleasant good morning, Bahamas. Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development, in conjunction with Gender and Family Affairs and Zonta and NVAC, we are celebrating National Women's Week from the 24th to the 30th. And this is reference to, it's in conjunction with the women's suffrage movement.
Yeah.
You know that years ago they started the process to equality that gave women the right to vote. And so this is the reason for celebrating it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, speak a little bit, I mean, that's a very important point, but speak a little bit about some of the challenges that women still face, not just in the country, but around the world.
Well, one of the reasons why the Zonta Club is a part of it, 16 Days of Activism, starts on the 25th of November, which is the International Day to End Gender-Based Violence, and it ends on the 10th of December, which is United States Human Rights Day. And even though in the Bahamas we tend to think that we are lucky and women are equal and things like that, but around the world women don't have access to education. Women don't feel safe. Yesterday I was doing some errands and there was a school girl. She is in a uniform and someone in a car said something to her, and I realized it is still a problem in this country, and we don't see that as gender-based violence, but women are supposed to feel safe in their places. Fear of rape, and luckily in the Bahamas we have universal suffrage over the age of 18. There are countries where women can't vote, countries where women don't have the access to education. So all of this, both nationally and internationally, is to advance the status of women and girls worldwide.
Says, Zonta says no to violence against women and girls. You're right, it's absolutely still prevalent. So we've got a week. I mean, so next week is National Women's Week, the 24th to the 30th. Is there a theme?
Actually, we're going to go all the way through to the 6th.
The 6th of December.
Okay. Actually, it's even more than that because we end it on the 10th of December, like she was sharing with me. We end it with recognition of International Human Rights Day.
Okay.
So we kick it off on this Sunday with a church. We worship at Life Changers Ministry International. And then on Monday, we'll join Zonta in the Rawson Square, where we'll paint the town orange and actually kick off the 60 days of activism.
Okay.
On Tuesday night, we're at Government House to launch the Caribbean International Women's Institute of Leadership. And that's focused on strengthening women in all levels of leadership, but specifically political leadership. And then the National Women's Advisory Council will be spearheading a luncheon on December 6th at Malia. Really excited about that luncheon because our keynote speaker is Ms. Barbara Perkins. She's president of the International Black Women's Public Policy Institute, a powerful organization that just celebrated their 10th anniversary. But she has Bahamian roots, and she has a powerful story and some lessons that we as women here in the Bahamas can learn in terms of how do we better put forward our agenda and issues in a way that there's positive change and not sporadic change. So we're looking forward to hearing from her.
Excellent, excellent. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. So it's almost 3-4 weeks of activities related to National Women's Week. And either one of you can answer this next question. I mean, the contributions of women in any society is always critical to the growth and development of that society and of that country. Can you speak a little bit to, the role that women have played in our country?
Well, women, like I said, the Bahamas is great. We rank very high on the international list in terms of women participation as managers and things like that. Women have been Governor General now, everything but a Prime Minister. Hopefully one day soon that'll happen. I'm a lawyer at Higgs & Johnson. Higgs & Johnson has a lot of women in it. So there are many offshore banks here that have women's presence. Which is great. So women have contributed in every aspect, not just the traditional teachers, nurses, things like that. So we are lucky. However, there is so much more. Before we came on, Carly and I were talking about how women in Parliament were not represented to the way that we want. Yes, granted, we respect the fact that every woman can choose whether or not she wants to participate, but we want more women to feel comfortable participating. So we have done a lot, but there's so much more that we can do. We want to tell women that they're able to do, that we don't want to emasculate men. We don't want to take the place of men, but we want to say, you know what, we can be your equal. We are able to go there and make wonderful contributions and advance the country.
Well, you know what, there's no doubt about that. From the department's perspective, Elaine,
The Ministry of Social Services, Department of Gender and Family Affairs, they had a machinery to pull together all of the various women organizations. And for this event, more than 25 women organizations are participating. And it is really being led by NROC, that's the National Women's Advisory Council. And we support these organizations to promote safety and security, locally, regionally, and internationally. And so we are the machinery that pull together all of the women's organizations. Not only the women's organization, the men's organization as well. Because last week, I know you noticed that we had a men's symposium. We celebrated International Men's Day. So we're looking out for the entire family, men, women, boys and girls. And the minister responsible is Minister Frankie Campbell. The permanent secretary is Fedra Ramming, and Director Jacinta Higgs. She's in charge of Gender and Family Affairs, and any information needed, any further information needed, they can call 397-8600.
Excellent. Strong team. Strong team. Can't have women without men, can't have men without the women. Again, for persons who want to get a hold of that schedule, is it posted somewhere?
Yes, but we can also leave it so that you can put it up. Yeah, we do have the schedule. It's on our Facebook page of National Women's Advisory Council, and you'll see we're beginning to ramp it up on social media.
Okay.
So the schedule is out. Yeah.
All right.
I advise women everywhere throughout the Bahamas. I know they are doing something in Freeport and some of the other islands, but I would like all the other islands to hop on and celebrate Women's Week from the 24th. That's Sunday. The church service, she told you exactly where the church service is in New Providence. And that's Monday morning. We kick off with Santa at Rawson Square at 9 a.m. And it's 6 p.m. from 6 to 7 on Tuesday evening at Government House.
All right, excellent. Well, ladies, thank you so much. Elaine Sands, Gender Expert, Department of Gender and Family Affairs. Coralie Adderley, Chairperson, National Women's Advisory Council, and Alexandra Hall, Assunta members. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 32FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Why should you get Trio from Rev this Christmas? Cue the music. In addition to TV and internet, you get unlimited local calls, unlimited international calls, and a free virtual number, plus tons of free features. And you get Rev Go Voice for free. Also, if you get Trio now, you get entered automatically into a $250,000 cashback Christmas. That's 250 customers with a chance at $250,000. Just call 601-8992 or email us at trio@cablebahamas.com. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back. So you know we always telling you about great events that you could attend, and there's a really special one happening tomorrow, the St. Barnabas Fair. They are celebrating 90 years. Here to tell us all about the fair is Miss Joanne Hamilton and Miss Tara Sweeting. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
And welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you. Good morning, Bahamas.
Good morning.
Okay, so 90 years. Tell me a little bit about just your ministry, what you do at St. Barnabas and the community. And
St. Barnabas has been a part of the mainstay in the area of Wolf and Blue Hill Roads. We've been there singing and praising God for 90 years. Wow. I could remember when we used to be in the Pink Church.
Yes.
I grew up in St. Barnabas.
Okay.
I wasn't there for Father Callan, but both Tira and I, we grew up from the Pink Church with Father Gilbert Thompson, now Bishop Thompson.
Right.
And now we're worshiping, and our shepherd, the chief servant there is Canon Basil Leon Ties. We have many ministries at St. Barnabas, but we're mostly known for our social outreach ministry.
Okay.
Some the public is aware of, but many of it is done quietly, where we assist persons in our community as well as our persons within our faith community as well. So we have vibrant ministries, a vibrant music ministry, communication and media ministry, Christian formation, our Bible study, which is led by Canon Basil Leon Tynes, draws persons from many denominations. They come there Monday and Tuesday to be fed and to be instructed about biblical teachings. And of course, we have diverse and dynamic parishioners at St. Barnabas.
Right.
I often say that we are the charismatic, evangelical, Anglican Church on Wolf and Blue Hill Road.
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
Right in the heart of over the hill.
Well, that's exciting.
Yes.
So, Tara, is this now the fair used as a fundraiser for initiatives that you do?
So the fair is a biannual. We used to have it annual, but it's now biannual. This year, the fair, we're celebrating 90 years of ministry. So the fair is the culmination of a year of different events that we've had. We started with a dance earlier, old school dance back in February, and now we're going to have our fair. The donations from, or the entry fee at the fair will be donated to the Hurricane Dorian relief efforts that the Bahamas is doing and the Anglican Church is doing as well. It is a fundraiser, but it's also a time for the community just to come out and for us to feed the community, feeding not just food, but spiritually and having enjoyment and whatnot. And yes, it is a fundraiser, but again, it's more of a fellowship, you know, and it's also an opportunity for our members, because the members are running the stalls. So it's an opportunity for our members to come together to do things for the church in one big atmosphere rather than separately. Yes, yes.
So Joanne, tell us, like, what are some of the activities that's going to be happening? What's the food we can get out there?
And we have placed so much in this one day that when persons come, they're not going to be bored. They're going to be wowed, particularly with the entertainment. We have a slate of entertainers, our local celebrities. I was going over the list. I saw Julian Believe name there. I saw Alia Coley. Then Dyson Knight. I saw the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band. I saw the Defense Force Band.
Party?
Yeah, a big party in Southern Recreation Grounds. And of course, you know, the Bahamians, we can't go anywhere unless we eat. So we having the grilled fish, conch. What else, Zero? We have
steak,
chicken.
We have jerk pork, jerk chicken.
Everything.
Of course, the famous chicken wings and
chicken
fries,
wing.
loaded
Home
fries,
cookery.
home cookery. We even have a tea garden there
the
this year. So you
Enchanted
can
Tea
come into
Garden.
the Enchanted Tea Garden and have your little typers or desserts and whatnot.
The crab and things.
Yeah, everything crab.
Soup.
Crab and
Baked
dough, crab and rice, crab and grits.
What?
Home cookery.
And then what do you have for the kids? Any activities for the kids?
Yes. We have an entire kiddies corner that goes from the Bunsen Castle. Of course, there's no kiddies corner without a Bunsen Castle. Then we're going to have snow cone, face painting, games. Of course, we have our bingo stall. We have our raffles will be all day as well. We have games for the kids. I think there's a golf, a mini golf or something like that.
There's a section?
Yes,
just for the kids.
Just for the kids.
And then the raffle, you were telling me, there are 2 chances to win a car, many chances to win trips. What are the raffle prizes?
So, of course, our first prize is a raffle, is a car, sorry. And we have trips, cruises. We have Bahamas Air round-trip tickets for 2. We have fast ferries. We have gas vouchers, food vouchers. I have to peep at my cheat sheet. Weekends for stay for 2 at Treasure Key. Weekend stay for 2 at Grand Hyatt. And there are 20 prizes. But guess what?
Wow.
I think the highlight of this raffle is that we have 2 chances, like you said, to win a car.
That's right.
And guess what? The first prize is a car.
And
the
last
prize is
so
a
stick
car.
around.
Yeah.
You might still get it.
Exactly.
Okay, we have to go, but right quick, Joanne, what time is the fair?
It starts at noon, and we go until 9.
And
so
a big open by.
Big opening, the grand opening's at 3. So you can eat all day. You could have brunch, you could have lunch, and plus you could have dinner.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the St. Barnabas
Marguerite.
Fair tomorrow at Southern Recreation Grounds, starting at 12 at noon, going all day and all night.
That's right.
Be there. We'll be right back.
I started in 1974 with the first-born Bahamian principal, Dr. John Knowles. I got a call from Ms. Linda Burrows at the Ministry of Education, and she said, Mary, how would you like to work at the College of the Bahamas, because we're bringing the college into existence? So I said, yes. I am overjoyed because I've made it to the university. That was something to be proud about, because I've seen all the changes from college to university. We can compare ourselves with any university. From day one, from we started, the standard was so great. I am Mary Major Russell, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
We get up early every morning to offer safe and dependable service. where quality service is paramount. An excellent travel experience is priority. Connecting the islands of the Bahamas to the world. Bahamas Air. We don't just fly here, we live here.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Harvest Generation at Bahamas Harvest Church will be hosting a night of praise and worship this coming Sunday, and they are asking all of you to come thirsty. Here to tell us more, Sharon Gardner, worship leader, Bahamas Harvest Church, Naima Barker, Harvest Generation member, and Karan Wood, marketing officer, Bahamas Harvest Church. Lady, gents, welcome.
Thank you.
Well, welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah,
all right, so you guys are, doing a thing. You're telling us to come all dry-throated this coming Sunday.
We want people to come with that spirit of expectancy. This is something that the church has been doing for quite some time in terms of the come thirsty. But the unique thing about this one, we're actually recording a live album. So this is all original material that was birthed in the house that we getting ready to prepare to send out to the world.
This isn't your first time doing a live album, I don't think.
No, we did a couple of years
ago. Yeah, first in a long time. Oh man, you guys are always doing something new and different. I know last year you had the cultural, I almost wanted to say cultural fest, but certainly cultural celebration. But now, this coming Sunday, beginning of what time?
6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m. And if it's live, that means you got to be on time.
Yeah,
definitely.
On time. Well, talk about, what is it that you expect to get from this experience?
Well, I mean, like Sherman said, it's a live recording, and the anticipation is great. So this is not just a concert; it's a session of authentic worship. The songs are so filled and they are theologically influenced. The songs are not surface. One of my favorite songs is, One Soul Matters, and it reminds us how God is depending on us to really help others. He's depending on us to help them make it through. He's dependent on us to really give of ourselves to make that happen. And it's directly aligned with our vision of the church, which is to win souls for Christ. So we're very excited to have this live recording.
Yeah, well, definitely, Karan. So who are you expecting to attend? I mean, your job involves the activities, the planning, the outreach. I mean, open to everybody?
Yeah, this Come Thursday is actually open for everyone, just like Bahamas Harvest is, Bahamas Harvest, we accept everyone. Come broken, come battered, come bruised, and come thirsty. And you're definitely going to leave filled after Come Thirsty. Especially with this worship experience that's going to be a live recording. It's going to be superb. We have, I think, the most talented worship team in the Bahamas.
Well, boy, but, that's saying a lot, because in the Bahamas we know how to do that. No doubt about it. I mean, but talk about it a little bit more. So persons come. I mean, so you're going to be doing just a variety of different types of, songs and original, anything original or
all is basically original songs. We have 2 cover songs that we actually got permission to use. But I've been doing this for quite some time. So I've been in the Bahamas for the past 8 to 9 months at the church. For me, I'm signed to an international label. Myself, Sammy Lightborn, he wrote that song she spoke about, One Soul Matters. So it's a mixture of different writers within the team that put together songs that is not just for one location, because the mandate is to go therefore and preach and teach to all nations. So these songs are really songs to just elevate and go to the world. And also the team really, I could say, because I'm from Trinidad, that this island had some of the most talented musicians and singers, but it's very quiet with regards to the names or the people getting out there. So I know that this after people hear this album, that is about to change. The team worked really hard, the band worked really well, and the singers been putting in that work. So people could come expecting something excellent and great and really at a high standard.
Excellent. I
mean, all of the songs are so relatable.
And you say most of them brand new, so persons coming, this will be the first time they're going to be hearing some of these songs.
And last Sunday we actually did one for worship in church, and the response was phenomenal. You know, so we know that God is about to do something really, really great this Sunday.
Yeah. And beyond just the music and the performance, I mean, the actual words, I would imagine, you know, speak life, you know, like they say, truth to power. Why is this so important, you know, to do something like this as a church?
Yeah, like Sharon said, you know, the songs are really dynamic. We did one of the songs on Sunday. It was phenomenal. And the church is always looking for ways to evolve, to grow, to connect with its congregation. We're always looking for ways to just take it to the next level, to grow in Christ. So I think this is going to be very important for us to make that step. Like Sharon said, we're kind of quiet with what we do and the talents we have in the church and in the Bahamas in general. So I think this is going to be an avenue for us to just showcase that, but more importantly, showcase the love of God through worship, which is a lifestyle for us.
No doubt, no doubt. Come thirsty, leave full, Karan. So tell us again, it's this Sunday, the venue is?
The venue is Bahamas Harvest Church West Campus. That's on JFK Drive in the R&D Plaza. The time is 6:30. And we want you to be on time. It is a live recording. So everything is organized to the T. And that's Bahamas Harvest Church, West Campus, JFK Drive.
Yeah, there's one thing I know it's going to be organized to a T. Listen, Sharon Gardner, worship leader, Bahamas Harvest Church, Naima Barker, Harvest Generation member, and Karan Woods, marketing officer, Bahamas Harvest Church, looking to see us all this coming Sunday.
So we'll be looking for you this Sunday.
This coming Sunday, 6:30 p.m. And this is the location on
West
JFK. All right, you're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Nothing as powerful as a chained mind.
Under the theme Success Beyond Self, Hubert Edwards Global presents Success Summit 2019, a power-packed lineup of inspirational, dynamic, world-class speakers, including Dekessa Dean, Shivargo Lang, Dr. Kenneth Roma, Simone Bowe, Ethan and Dekel Quant, Ian Mora, Crystal Ferguson, Wellington Hepburn, Malachi Monroe, Polo Prosper, Rodney Bain, Victoria Mullings, and Hubert Edwards. Hosted by Chavez Brown. One full day of mind-shifting transformational success principles. November 30th, 2019. Super Clubs Breezes starting at 8 a.m. Your investment for this personal growth opportunity is $100 and $200 for exhibitors. Sponsors include Genesis Now, Cash and Go, Alive, Arawak Port Development, Summit Insurance, Next Level Solutions, Baloo's Jerk, and Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Tickets available at all Cash and Go locations. Success beyond self. You simply can't afford to miss this mind shift moment.
There is nothing as powerful as a chained mind.
Incudesk is a shared workspace company that provides services for professionals, freelancers, anybody that's in need of a turnkey solution for a private office space, a conference room rental, or part-time office space service. One of our main services that we provide to our members is high-speed internet access. There can be up to about 50 members within our space utilizing the internet and the Rev voice services. And Rev has done an excellent job of dedicated, reliable, high-speed internet service.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the midway point on a TGIF edition.
Good show.
Suzette Barker, the songstress.
What could I do? I said, what could I do to top Gandhi? I'm like, the only thing I got.
She's number one.
Got to pull out the
Gandhi,
trump card.
Star, you know, listen, Godfrey's never had an introduction like that. But it's a great show thus far. Great show.
Yeah, very
great
good,
show.
very good.
You know, interesting. You know, I love, it's coming upon the Christmas season when everybody's all into the reason for the season.
Yes.
You know, the praise and worship. Bahamas Harvest is having their thing on Sunday. You know, other churches are doing it. You guys are having yours next week. I mean, we must be grateful. I mean, we absolutely must be grateful for life, you know.
Amen.
Like you say, thank God for life. No, that's a real thing.
It
Thank
is
God
a
for life.
real thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a very real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Coming up, we have Atlantic Medical.
Yeah, the guys are back. The boys are back.
Farmers market.
Yeah.
And that's the wellness team there. And of course, we've got your Alive weekend calendar.
Yeah. And of course, Box of Smiles. You know, you have a team here from Windsor School System, led by a young lady by the name of Kaylee Simon. Is going to be coming up right after this break.
What they're doing.
Yeah, they're all wonderful kids, all just beautiful kids. I mean, Lisa's. I mean, it's beautiful.
And 8th grade is so socially minded.
Yeah, so socially minded. Trust me, I know.
Good job, Bill.
Sometimes.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, now we're going to have Godfrey Birdside with our second look at weather.
Take charge of that.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Phil. And good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather at sunrise, we take a look at the tropics, and we do have a system in the tropics. No threat to the Bahamas. At 5 a.m. this morning, Tropical Storm Sebastian was located near latitude 24.8 degrees north, longitude 57.0 degrees west, moving towards the east-northeast at 15 miles per hour. Winds now sustained at 60 miles per hour. Some weakness expected over the next 48 hours. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, to the north of us, there's a dome of high pressure, and that's going to build across the islands, bringing some stable conditions and beautiful weekend in store weather-wise for the Bahamas. In your marine forecast today, those winds northeast to east at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. We do have some swells. Those swells are up to 8 feet, making some hazard boating conditions, also a high risk of rip currents for you swimmers. On Saturday, those winds drop off, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet in the northwest Bahamas, easterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Sunday, head at cold front, those winds become southerly at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over the northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Yeah, tides. You can expect a low tide at 9:52 this morning. Next high tide at 3:54 this afternoon. Low again tonight at 10:16. Sunset 5:18 this evening, rises tomorrow at 6:32. UV index 8. Your water temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Honeymoon phase last quarter. Your extended look, partly sunny skies, warm temperatures, slight chance of passing showers. Though temperature daytime will be in the mid-80s, at nighttime in the upper 60s, lower 70s. Next cold front on Monday. That puts her up. When you finally look at weather at sunrise, I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Sue.
Thanks, Godfrey. Every single boy and girl should get a gift at Christmas. And that is exactly what prompted our next guest to start the Box of Smiles Christmas Toy Drive. They are all 8th graders at Windsor School, Emma Turnquest, Kaylee Simon, and Sarah Powell. And they are joined by the director of Windsor School, Lisa McCartney. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. So this is a wonderful idea, and you started it like 2 years ago. So give me an idea of, what was the idea? Why did you do this?
Well, my mom and I, we were in the car and we were talking, and it was close to Christmas, and we both love Christmas a lot. So we were talking about getting together with family and getting gifts and all that. And my mom mentioned to me how a lot of underprivileged kids do not get gifts, and they don't have like the happy experiences at Christmas that we do. And she was suggesting you should definitely do something about that. So I went home and I wrote a letter to my teacher. Instead of doing Secret Santa among our class, we would instead donate gifts to underprivileged children.
Okay. Wow, that is fantastic. Now this year, of course, is Hurricane Dorian. We have a lot more going on at the children's homes. So is that why it's been expanded? Has it been expanded for that reason?
It has been expanded for that reason. normally it would just be for the children homes, but Hurricane Dorian came and like it was really devastating, and honestly I can't imagine what these kids are going through, so I thought they should at least have a nice gift for Christmas.
Okay. And so who all will be getting the gifts, and how will they be getting the gifts that you collect?
Well, everyone from all the kids who were displaced in Hurricane Dorian will be distributed the gifts. We will also be distributing them to the kids in the homeless shelters and in the hostels, and they will be distributed at NPCC, which is New Providence Community Church, which is on Blake Road, and they will also be distributed. We can collect them at Windsor School at Old Fort, and at Albany, and at Meridian.
So, Lisa, how does Windsor feel about this initiative?
Well, we're incredibly proud of this group of young ladies. It's something that we always encourage our students to be civic-minded, to pay attention to what's happening in the community. We have a very, very large community service component in our school. As a matter of fact, community service hours are mandatory in order to progress from grade to grade at Windsor. Again, we think it's really important that our kids pay attention to what's happening around them and show concern and try to think about creative ways of assisting others in our community. That's something that's very, very important to me. And so us as a school, we've adopted that position.
And so how did the school come to support this idea and sort of, make all the mechanisms work?
Well, that's my job. I'm the social director of the school. So what we've done is, of course, I love to see young people take initiative, and I feel it's my responsibility to help them, to guide them, to advise them, and to support them in these initiatives. I'm incredibly proud of this group of young ladies, and this is something that we see quite often in our school. So we've had some amazing initiatives that are geared towards helping to make our community a better place. We did something we had a big shoe drive last year that was initiated by our then 10th grade students. And they collected shoes, soccer cleats and tennis, which they gave to the children of Yes I in the Gambier community. And it was hugely appreciated by the students. We have another really large initiative out of our school called the Find You Foundation. And I don't know if you remember the old Stardust building on Blue Hill Road. Well, a few of my now 12th graders 2 years ago started that initiative, and they've changed the old Stardust building into a community center. So kids come after school, and it's where they get homework help, they get a snack. So we did it for the last half of last academic year. We haven't opened it yet because we also used it this year for some of the children from the Ranfurly home that came over from Grand Bahama and weren't placed in schools yet. So it was used as a classroom for the beginning of this academic year. So I'm really proud of our students because I think it's really important that we as a community, we are our brother's keepers, and that we look out for each other and we make sure that we provide opportunities for growth for everybody around us.
Wow, that's exciting. We did a segment on the Character Day happening this year, and so many people, teachers and principals said academics without social responsibility and without, awareness and the right attitude means nothing.
It means nothing, and I've constantly said that our community is stronger, our community is better if we help each other, if we're all moving forward. So it's very, very important to share our resources and to give opportunities, because there's the difference. There's the thing that separates us. It's only the opportunities that we're afforded. It's not that one group of people is more talented or less talented. It's just one group of people happen to have been born with or given the correct opportunities. So I think it's our responsibility to make sure that we afford as many children the opportunity to succeed.
Okay, and then ladies, what is it about toys that you felt we have to do with toys?
Well, to me, toys make you feel super special, because even if your family doesn't get along or you're not with your friends all the time, you can always play with a toy. You can always have some fun by yourself or with a friend. It doesn't really matter. The toys are always there for you.
That's a good point. I never thought of that. I know. Well, let me think. Okay. And then you told us where we can bring the gifts. Can you tell us when everything needs to be in? When is the deadline to get everything?
Well, the deadline is December 2nd.
Yeah.
The 2nd of December, because we have to have them for the tree lighting ceremony on the 6th.
Yes.
On the 6th.
All right. Okay.
The gifts they're going to be collected at NPCC and Meridian and both Windsor campuses, but they will actually be distributed at the National Tree Lighting Ceremony on the 6th of December at Rawson Square in conjunction with, of course, the Ministry of
The
Youth.
National Tree Lighting Ceremony. Okay, well that's excellent. We have 2 weekends. Everybody, we have 2 weekends to get those toys for the kids. Take it down to NPCC, Windsor School, the Meridian School, and do your good deed for the year. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back.
This is Eddie, and Eddie's a change counter. This is Sean. Sean doesn't have to count change because when Sean purchases a plan with Alive, it's VAT inclusive. Keep things simple, just like Alive's all-new VAT-inclusive prepaid plans with more talk, more text, and even more data. So don't be an Eddie. Freedom simplified. Alive. Believe in best. Maybe you have Rev Phone with its tons of awesome and free features. Or you're watching great content on Rev TV. Or maybe you have our blazing fast internet. So you already know how good it is to have one Rev service. Imagine if you had all three. With Trio, you get all of our services for $99. And you get entered into our $250,000 cashback Christmas. So the question is, why don't you have Trio? Just call 601-8992 or email us at trio@cablebahamas.com. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to the show. Of course, Movember is in full effect in the studio. The boys are back. I mean, listen, they got the beds, them growing. You know, so, I mean, Jelly, it's just me and you, man. You just can't make things happen out here with that.
Just got to make it connect, you know?
Exactly. Oh, boy. Well, there's going to be no connection here. But, guys, welcome back to the show. We're talking the Zest Wellness Farmers Market Tour. It's happening next week, and of course, it's in the first one. But it's all about wellness. It's all about growing your own produce. It's about making healthy choices, even at the grocery store.
Right.
So this is what, like the third, fourth, fifth,
So
sixth?
actually a second.
A second?
So we're
Really?
making
Only
it an
second?
annual event.
Okay, so last year was the first time.
That's so
Okay.
far 2019 went by.
All right,
fast,
I know, for me too.
But we want to close up the year with a bang. You know,
Yeah.
last year this is one of our biggest events of the year.
Okay.
And so we wanted to offer it again whilst it is the harvest season.
Correct.
It
Yeah,
is the
good.
30th
Yeah.
of November.
Yeah.
It starts at 7:30 from our office space. And our intent is to take our guests
Okay.
from our office space to various farmers markets in the island. That's
Okay.
the Island Houses Farmers Market, BAIC's Farmers Market. We'll even do a workshop at Field of Forks Farm and even a grocery store at the Fresh Market.
What do you expect them to take away from this? I mean,
Well, as Donovan mentioned just now, we'll be doing a workshop at a farm, so they'll learn how to install their own backyard garden. So it's you're promoting environmental sustainability.
Yeah.
Visiting the grocery store, we'll be visiting Fresh Market, so you'll be able to differentiate organic fruit from
Right.
conventional fruits. So basically, you're teaching individuals here how to be environmentally sustainable, knowing how to make the right food choices as well here.
I mean, that's important. I mean, you know, people, we consider it sometimes to be a hobby, but I mean, it could be a real lifestyle type of change. I mean, you know.
Eating healthy has to be continuous.
Yeah.
And the objective of this event is to point persons to where these farmers markets really are on the island, where healthy food can be found in Nassau. And additionally, we want to ensure that persons are consuming more phytochemicals.
You know, let's be honest. We have a lot of major diseases in the country: hypertension, diabetes, cancer, the big one, and all those diseases can be prevented if members or individuals are consuming more fruits and veg and those phytochemicals. And so we really want to encourage persons to be more self-efficient. You know, start gardens in their garden space, understand where their fruits and vegetables are coming from, and then be more involved in the process of the foods they consume.
And wellness is not just tied to, you know, how we eat. I mean, wellness is a complete lifestyle. I mean, it's who we are completely.
Exactly. So in regards to backyard gardening, studies have shown that it actually improves mental health as well too. So you tie that aspect of it. I think it was a survey study done at San Francisco Bay Hospital, where 79% of the participants in the survey, they said they had improved moods. And for me, we have a backyard garden.
Very important.
Exactly, right? So we have a backyard garden at CGI. And at least 3 times out of the week, I visit the garden. We water the garden and do a little self-maintenance there. And that improves my mood. I feel almost rejuvenated to get back into the office.
The garden's right there.
Yeah. We're growing beets. We have cilantro. We have some rosemary in there. Red peppers.
Wow.
We also have some tomatoes growing as well.
Where exactly is it? But listen, I mean, this is important. I mean, when you talk about growing things, there's a workshop prior, and obviously our climate might limit us in terms of exactly the things that we can grow, but all of those things you mentioned grow quite easily here.
Right. And you'll be surprised of how uninvolved you need to be in a garden space. You simply need to put it in the soil, you water it regularly, and it will grow. And you know, and I think the benefit of watching it grow, it really pulls people into the habit of making a long-term sustainable garden.
So who's participating on next week Saturday? Is this open to, you know, or just your clients? Obviously, they have to register. Is there a process?
Yeah, so we have Atlantic Medical Insured members. We had 50 slots available, but unfortunately 50 slots have already been filled within a week time. This is our second annual event. Our first event, those participants during that event, they spread the word, and it was like, listen, the second time you guys have this.
a convoy next time.
Exactly. So it was well received by our clients.
But we don't want to push anyone away. So if anyone is interested in still being involved, wanting to be added to the list to go to this event, we do have a wait list that we are capturing. So in case of individuals have to cancel for emergency purposes.
You might have to do it more than once a year. I mean,
I think so too. Because it's so well liked now, I think it is important to do it more often.
I mean, this is really taken off within, you know, your group, you know, of companies. I mean, you guys are doing amazing things, but again, for the country on a whole, I mean, what's the message that you really want to get out there? I know, you know, it's business, it's clients, all the rest of that, but all of it is one, right? I mean, so I mean, what's the message on the whole that we try?
Well, I think the most important message is for people to understand that they have to take care of themselves, and persons have to put themselves first. And everything you do, when you wake up in the morning, you have to think about your exercise habits. You got to think about the foods you want to consume. And this is the only way you're going to combat these diseases. So we want persons to think about themselves first.
How do you do that, though? I mean, you say it quite simply, you know, put yourself first. So what do you do? I mean, you know, it's not as easy as it seems sometimes for a lot of people. I mean, how do you get into the habit of putting yourself first?
Well, for me personally, I try to develop healthy habits, right? Healthy, good habits.
Small steps.
Small steps, right? You take one day at a time. Don't think about accomplishing a whole month task and say, well, 30 days. You know what I mean? Just take one step at a time. You're going to get there for sure.
All right.
But you have to build a conversation within yourself as well.
What does a good day look like from a health perspective?
A good day is that you know exactly what you're going to eat for breakfast. It's a balanced, healthy breakfast. You know what you're going to eat for lunch. You have some form of exercise happening, and you're mentally well that day.
Exercise every day?
Well,
a little something.
3 to 4 days a week is enough.
Yeah. Do you have to eat breakfast? I mean,
I suggest
you
it.
suggest it.
I think the big issue with our country is persons are a little bit more obese or overweight because they're not eating enough calories. It's not necessarily because they're consuming excessive amount of calories.
Yeah, I know about that, boy. Well, anyway, listen, guys, we've been with Donovan Ingram, Wellness Coordinator at AMI, and Nibal Miller, Assistant Wellness Coordinator. They're no strangers to Bahamas at Sunrise. Fellas, sharp as always. You know, this has been a jealous morning for me. But listen, you're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Next is a live weekend calendar.
Good morning, Sunrise. This is your boy Sorman with your live weekend calendar. The Bahamas National Trust annual Christmas Jollification, featuring unique arts and crafts, delicious food, special children's crafts and games area, drinks, and more. It all kicks off with Members Night, Friday, November 22nd, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then Saturday, November 23rd and Sunday, November 24th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., The Retreat, Village Road. Under the theme Fire and Ice, the Bahamas Age Foundation presents the 26th Annual Red Ribbon Ball. Saturday, November 23rd, Grand Ballroom, Atlantis. Cocktail 7 p.m., dinner 8 p.m. Dresses black tie. Music by Visage and Killer Bee. Bahamian Beauties on Wheels. A woman's roller derby team is recruiting and they want you. Tryouts begin Sunday, November 24th, Skate City. Number 2 Bacardi Plant, 6 p.m. until. Harvest Generation presents Come Thirsty. Live worship recording. A night of praise and worship. Hosted by Pastor Mario. Featuring Sherwin Gardner. Sunday, November 24th, Bahamas Harvest Church. R&D Plaza, JFK Drive, 6:30 p.m. That's your live weekend calendar. Now, if your event posted on the calendar, please don't hesitate to email kalbra@tclbahamas.com. Alive. Believe in best.
One thing, two things. Blue thing, all things. Things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Very clearly.
We're back. Hello, welcome. We're back. It's the end of a great show, Phil.
Well, so proud of, not only, my kids, Sarah and Emma and Lisa and all of the Windsor School, but there are a lot of great stories out there. And this is why the show is so important. And, thank you guys for having me, for the time that you've had me, because it allows, us to kind of see and hear beyond the headline of the day that, there are a lot of good things that are happening, a lot of good people. It's not all doom and gloom. I mean, we change the narrative and change the story and change the things that we talk about every day. We'll be in a much more positive atmosphere.
Yeah, and what Kaylee said was, your wife was talking to her about people who don't have things, and her response was not, okay, let's go home and pray about it, or, oh, that's too bad, or even just to be sad, but to do something about it. And she took it to school, wrote a letter, and here it is, something that's been going on. This is the 3rd year now. That's what I love about young people.
Young people, that's right. Future's bright.
Future's
and
bright.
She's not alone. I mean, there's so many other examples, so many other students. They have to be better and greater than we are.
Than we are.
Because the world is a completely different place.
It is. And they are the ones who are equipped to deal with what's going on today. They understand this so much better than we do. I mean, we have the experience, we bring the wisdom, but they have the initiative, the get up and go. They understand their peers.
Yeah. We might be wiser, but they're so much smarter than us.
They're wonderful.
It's been a great show. I mean, it's been a
lot of fun,
show.
Phil.
A lot of things are happening. It's going to be a busy weekend. I'm still trying to remember all the things.
All the events that are St. Barnabas Fair tomorrow, Southern Recreation Grounds, noon to 9. 2 chances to win a car. 2.
Oh, really?
2 chances to win a car.
Raffle?
Raffle. They have 20 gifts. They have trips. You can win trips on Bahamas Air, night stay at Grand Hyatt. So the raffle tickets are $5, and they are going to give the proceeds from the gate to Hurricane Dorian survivors.
Excellent. Right. Excellent. Of course, Bahamas Harvest has its event on
Sunday.
At 6:30 at their Western campus. That's the old
R&D on JFK. Okay.
Yeah. But listen, we encourage you guys to have a wonderful weekend. Be safe out there. We're talking great things here, but you still have to live in a real world. So, be safe and have a wonderful weekend.
And BNT, jollification tomorrow.
All right. That's right.
That's right, the retreat.
All right. See you guys on Monday. Bye.
Have a nice